Have you ever wanted to figure out Facebook for your online education business? Now, we're going to talk about everything from your profile to using Facebook groups to generate leads and using ads to generate sales. My name's Chris Badgett. I'm the creator of the leading learning management system for WordPress called LifterLMS. Stay to the end of this video because I'm going to share an exclusive resource with you to help you get results faster. But let's jump right into the Facebook universe. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe you've been on Facebook for a while, but you're not quite sure how to use it for business. You don't want to waste a bunch of money on ads. You're not quite sure the matrix between the profile, the group, the business page, and kind of how it all fits together and how to manage all that without wasting a bunch of time on Facebook. In this video, I'm going to clarify all that and give you a simple strategy to use Facebook for marketing for your business. So let's look at this model here, which I call the Facebook Business Builder. So once you get this, it all starts to fit together on how to use Facebook to grow your business and also to use it in such a way so that you don't waste a bunch of time or money. There's really three aspects to Facebook we need to pay attention to. The first is the profile. This is your personal Facebook account. The second is what's called the business page. And then the third layer to the equation is the Facebook group. Now, when we look at these, let's break these down one by one. So if we look at the profile, this is like for me, this is Chris Badgett, my regular Facebook profile. There's really three aspects to this. Now, before I get into this, I wanted you to keep in mind that we are using Facebook for business. I use Facebook to keep up with friends a little bit, and family and whatnot, but I predominantly use Facebook to grow my company, to improve and increase leads and sales in my business. And your friends and your family are important. From a business perspective, they may know somebody who needs to use your software or would be a good fit for your course or your membership or your online course or whatever business we're looking at. Your warm network is an important part. Now, we're not trying to do Tupperware parties and sell to everybody here, but it is important to think about using your personal profile just so people even know what you do for a living. That's part of your overall marketing strategy. The next thing to use your personal profile for is your industry connections. So these aren't necessarily going after customers, but when you go to a conference and you meet somebody new or you're on somebody's podcast or you're connecting over and over again with somebody in another area of social media or whatever, you can connect with them and build out your social network, your social graph. And then the third group is the customers. And I think a customer's a little different than a lot of people. So most people think of customers as people who buy your product. I think of customers as those people that buy my product, but also future customers. So anybody on that whole buyer's journey. And the important thing about optimizing your profile and using Facebook, not just for family and friends and your personal life, is that the more you're connected, the bigger your social graph, the more reach a lot of your more business related content and whatnot is going to do. So it takes time. This isn't something you just launch and you don't want to spam a bunch of people who don't know who you are. But over time, you want to build your social graph with your personal profile. And if you're kind of nervous about that, like if you don't do that in business already, because you kind of think your life is separate. You've got your private life and then you've got your work life. I mean, there's some valid points there and some concerns there. But if you're nervous about being on stage and talking about what you do for a living, you know, that you're just kind of holding yourself back from your marketing potential and your reach. And it's just a decision you have to make is, am I going to use Facebook to grow my business, or am I just a regular retail consumer of Facebook? Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to use Facebook to grow your business, it's not just about the business page, it's about your personal profile too. But let's move on to the business page. Why is this important? One important aspect is to capture interest. So if somebody hears about your brand and they do a search, you need to be able to, be found, and also for people to, show interest in you, to basically smash that like button. Like, hey, this is interesting to me. Maybe I'm a customer. Maybe I'm not a customer yet. Maybe I want to keep tabs on what this company is doing. I just want to like them and just show that I'm directionally like kind of interested in this company. I mean, Facebook is known for the like, so that one should be super obvious. The next is really about discovery. And discovery happens when, somebody hears about your brand and or somebody wants to talk about your brand and they want to tag the company. I got to tell you, there's nothing more frustrating than me when I'm trying to mention somebody's brand on Facebook or really any social media, and I try to @ them and I type in the company name and nothing comes up. So they're literally making it hard for me or any third party to share and link to this company brand. So you need to be discoverable. It's kind of like if you don't hang out your shingle, nobody can find you. And then the third part about Facebook pages is they open up the ability to do ads or use what's known as the Facebook Business Manager. So if you want to run paid ads, you need a business account to do that, which comes with your page. So that is an important aspect of that. Now, let's look at my favorite aspect of Facebook, and really where I think it's important to put the most focus. And if you're not doing this, this is where in my opinion, the biggest opportunity is as a course creator, as an education entrepreneur, membership site builder, is in the group, a Facebook group. There's lots of things that you can do in these groups, and groups, these can be groups of people that are just interested in the category of what you do. It doesn't necessarily have to be a customer group or a prospect group. Although you can create kind of different groups for different purposes, you can even have a Facebook group as part of the paid product that you offer. But for this video, let's just keep it high level and think about what we can do with a Facebook group. One of the biggest things we can do is content distribution. Facebook really throttles your ability to distribute content from a page, but they do really push out the content you distribute through your group. And think about it, it kind of makes sense. If people show interest in whatever the topic of the group is, Facebook doesn't want to waste people's time from a attention standpoint. So if it's a group about building online courses and membership sites and stuff like the Facebook group I have, there's a link to that down below this video if you haven't joined that. They know that the content market fit is going to be good, and therefore attention is going to be high, which is what Facebook wants. The other thing that all groups have, or most groups have, is leaders. So this is an opportunity for you to build leadership. Now, leadership online goes by a lot of names. Leadership is my favorite word. I'm kind of a leadership geek, if you will, but some people call it building authority, influence, but I'm more a fan of the term leadership. So when you design a group, like when I launched our Facebook group for course creators back in 2014, I made a commitment to lead, to keep the quality high, to keep it a safe place, to engage on a regular basis. And through that time, I've built an incredible amount of the benefits of leadership, which include things like authority and influence and all that. So when you're building a brand for your company and you as a leader within your company, Facebook groups are a great place to develop leadership. The next thing is really the connections between your members. I call this community connections. In my Facebook groups, I've seen people, the obvious thing is people kind of answer each other's questions because they're on a similar journey and help each other out, which is fantastic. But I've seen them go deeper and do things like form business relationships, become business partners, or develop a personal relationship that grows beyond the group. And these community connections are a very important part of the power of social media. It's not just about you delivering content or being the authority. It's also about making the space for others to connect. That's like the really the big idea about community. And what happens is when all these factors come together, the way this strategic approach to your profile, your page, and your group, this is when we really get that exponential growth. That's where the gold is. And all these things, the profile, the page, and the group come together. So they work together, and this is how you do social media for business. In this case, I'm teaching how to use Facebook for marketing, for a course business, a membership site business, a coaching business, an online school. This is how to think about it and approach profile, page, and group strategically. So my name's Chris Badgett. If you want to see a good, high-quality Facebook group in action, click the link down below this video and join our Facebook group for course creators and WordPress professionals who build the sites for the LMS sites for the expert industry, the online schools, the companies looking to do internal training. So smash that like button if you found this useful. I'd really appreciate it actually if you drop a comment down below. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm going to share an exclusive resource with you called the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide. If you click the link down below, you can download your copy of that resource. It's really quick to get through, but basically what it does is it lays out 5 questions to ask so that you choose the right tech stack for your online learning platform project, so you can basically save a lot of time, money, and energy, and really, pick the right tech stack quickly that's going to serve you well. So thanks for checking out this video. Smash that like button. Share this video with a friend if you know someone who's struggling with how to use Facebook for business marketing and the whole strategy behind that, because this will help clarify their thinking. And I appreciate you checking this out. Leave a comment down below, and I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep taking action. There's a course inside all of us. We're here to lift up others through online education, and I'll see you in the next video.